Hey guys, we're back for the blue cards from Theros today. I'm once again joined with David Bruno,
What's up?
and we're going over the first card we have is Annul, which is a reprint from Mirrodin.
Yay.
Counter target artifact or enchantment spell, which is very not much
It's kind of
necessary.
well back when it was in Mirror. The intent was for artifacts, but enchantments was just add.
Yep. Because that kind of was the thing. Everything that dealt with artifact also dealt with enchantment.
Yeah, this is cards. If enchantments come really insane, this may see play. But
This is
other than
gonna
that,
this is gonna be like another sideboard card for control decks.
yeah, that's fine.
And because of the new gods that can't be dealt with when they're in play.
Yeah, some of them. All right, we got Aqua's form, Aquarius form, however you pronounce it. It costs
It's
one.
Aquia.
Aqueous,
Yeah.
Aqueous, however you want to pronounce English, please. No, I'm joking. Enchanted creature can't be blocked. When it attacks, scry one.
I like this card a lot. There's a lot of heroic mechanics in blue and white, and also not giving it unblockable, which I don't know why they chose.
Yeah, no. Well, they changed that mechanic. Honestly, they wrote an article about why they changed it from unblockable to can't be blocked. I actually have forgot what it said, but they actually explained why they changed it.
Okay, but yeah, this I like this one. The one drop scrying each turn, and also the only way you can deal with it is removal spell.
And I'm not a big fan. Everyone knows me. I'm not a big fan of enchantments unless the enchantment benefits you in that state where it's going to push you closer to winning the game. All those guys just make sure your best creature is unblockable. Well, then they use removal spell and kill you. You just got 2 for 1. Scrying for 1. I don't think it's really a benefit to make me want to play this card. I don't think I may play it if I have to, but I honestly don't see myself playing it in a limited deck.
This is just like the heroic deck thing,
Yeah, that's about right.
and I like how it says attack and not deal combat damage.
Yep.
So I'm okay with that. And speaking of heroic, we have Artesian of Forms, the 2-mana 1/1 with heroic. Whenever it becomes target of spell ability, becomes a copy of target creature and gains this ability.
This card's interesting. It's no phantasmal image, but
It's
the
this is God, I can't remember what the card is now. I just had the thought about it, but it's
Stable Shapeshifter?
I think so.
The one from Odyssey?
Possibly, I can't remember.
It changes up constantly.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. It is that, but I don't like it. It has to trigger with heroic.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't think this guy's gonna see a lot of play because unless
No.
you have it where
It's a rare they're gonna open up and just go, ah, waste to rare slot.
Mythic Giant, 4, 5, 6, hexproof. We all know about hexproof, and they could be a pain in the ass. And he's
And now he's just a fatty.
So
Basically, you can't. There's a card that's in red that's Anger of the Gods that deal 3 to everything. This says I don't care about that card.
I don't care.
You better have 2 of them.
Yeah, I'll play one of them in a deck if I need to.
Oh yeah.
I won't probably play more than one.
I wouldn't be too sure about that. A lot of cards are overpriced, and if they have a lot of removal, just play 2 of these guys. It's like, all right, just
Yeah,
send
that's
in.
fair.
Now we have Biden of Thesa. This is another of the artifacts that go with the gods. Whenever a creature you control does come damage to a player, you may draw a card and pay a blue and colors and tap. Creatures your opponent control attack this turn if able.
So it has the Alluring Siren built into it.
It has Alluring Siren and the mechanic to benefit the Alluring Siren.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you don't have to pay mana for the drawing a card
So when a
ability, which
creature
is really awesome.
when a creature you control does come damage, you draw a card. So you make the creature's attack, so your creature get through the draws card.
Yep. And
That's about it.
but in a lot of blue decks, usually you don't play a lot of creatures, so that's where I
It's
don't.
gonna be-
This is gonna be.
It's gonna be a limited card. It's gonna be a limited card. I'll play it.
Yeah.
Let's see, you got Reaching Hippocamp. Interesting name.
Actually, no. The Hippocamp is actually coming from mythology. That's actually what they're called.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
See,
It's half horse, half fish.
Okay, I can tell. It's flash.
It's actually called a horse fish.
Right. When it enters the battlefield, untap another target creature you control. I actually like this because it's a 3/2 flash. So you
I was
get
like, the flash is the big word. It's really good. There's actually a couple creatures in here that flash, and they're all in blue-green.
It's 2 for 4, so you get to untap your best guy and block with it. Well, it's pretty good.
That's actually a blue-green kind of thing. Like a lot of them have flash, or gives your stuff flash. It's really cool. I like it a lot.
Right.
And we can get to one of the multicolored rares that is going to be so good. I'm so excited for it.
Yeah.
Next, we have Coastline Chimera, which is a 4-mana 1/5 with flying, and it can block an additional creature this turn for 2 mana. Now, the thing is, that ability, you can stack it. You can just add additional creature each time you use the ability.
Yeah, it's a 1/5, so it's probably not gonna kill any of them. It's just there to block.
It's another meat shield, and chimeras for mythology, they have a goat's head, eagle's body, and the tail of a snake. Basically, the tail is a snake, as you can see here. And they actually take multiple forms, as this one does. It actually has a head of a lion as well.
Yep.
There's a couple of them that actually have 3 heads, and that's what you see in mythology a lot. And they are basically mythical beings of intense power that have a lot of insight and ferocity.
It's fun. You and your good history. Some stuff I don't know.
Well,
All right, we got Cackling Tritons. A 2/3 for 3. You can pay 3 and sack them. Deal 2 damage to a creature or player. It's a very, very strong card for limited because you have a blue removal spell, basically. So it's a blue and red card, essentially, because you have to play both colors. Only just want to splash it for the red. But having the ability to shock a creature in blue is pretty solid. I like it.
and also the fact that it's just a 2/3 for 3, which is also a pretty good body.
And it's a Merfolk. Interesting.
Merfolks, no. No, and then we have another funny card.
Flavor.
Curse of the Swine. I didn't actually get the chance to look up what the reference to this card was. I forgot what it is. But I think, but it's actually going to be a sign of my geek. Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door actually had this kind of reference to it. Every time the bell tolled in the village of Twilight Town, one of the villagers would turn into a pig. And like you show up with there's 4 pigs and you go off and then you come back and everyone's just like a pig and you're just like, well, I don't know what to do anymore.
This card's fine. There's some people I know they're like going over and saying about this card, but
it's okay. It'd be better if it was instant, but you can say that just about every card in the existence of Magic.
Yeah, right.
And this card would be insane if it was instant because it's like
you get to exile a couple of their best creatures and give them a 2/2 in return.
And I think it's just hysterical that you get a 2/2. It's a green.
Yeah, see, well, for 1, you get to exile their best creature for 3. So you exile their 2 best creatures for 4, 3 best creatures for 5. It seems like it could be okay, but leaving a body behind, the more creatures you're removing, they're still leaving bodies behind, so it still can be overwhelming. But
well, it's actually, this one is meant basically to help with the gods again.
yeah, exactly.
Anything that's indestructible and just
And you're also, if they're playing, depends on what color they're playing, the devotion to a different color is it's turning into a green creature, not another creature of a color. So
Hang on.
it's going to take the devotion away.
The tokens, they don't have the devotion counters, remember? Because it still goes on mana cost.
Oh, you're right. So. Never mind. Me bad. I completely forgot about that, actually. The tokens don't have... I forgot devotion is based on the number of mana symbols in the card, not the actual cards themselves.
Yeah, if it was based on color, they'd be so broken.
That would be insane.
You'd see a bunch of the Star Trek, not Spock, but
I have no idea.
I forgot it. Oh my god, I forgot the captain's name.
I have no idea.
Oh my
I would
god.
never clue.
Alright,
Anyway,
so I failed. I'm pretty sure I just got scolded by a couple people.
It wouldn't bother me because I don't know anything about it. You got the new counterspell, Dissolve, Dissipate, but you don't remove the creature, remove the spell, and you scry 1.
I like this.
I prefer Dissipate.
I don't know.
I also prefer Dissipate because I rather remove the spell in case there's a way to get it back, or use it again. But
well,
flashback
here's the
gets it
thing.
back.
The only thing that I like it because with all the flashback going away, you're not in Snapcaster, you're not gonna find a lot of use in the graveyard unless you're using that 5-drop black card.
But it's just cancel Scry 1. Scry 1, I mean, it's okay. It's not amazing. Scry 1 is just peaking.
I think it's fun.
It's fine. It's fine. Oh, I'm gonna play it. Don't get me wrong, I'm playing it.
I'm pretty sure every blue control player is playing it.
Oh yeah.
As well as Essence Scatter and Negate, and every now and then I'll see a cancel that I laugh at.
Yep.
Okay, Fate Foretold. This is the blue version of the cantrip enchantments. But this one, whenever the enchanted creature dies, you also get to draw another card.
So it's draw 2 for 2.
But you also have to have a creature die for the second one to go off.
Yeah.
So if essentially you're 2 for 1ing yourself to draw
Yeah.
2 cards.
Here's Battlefield, draw a card. When it dies, draw a card.
Hopefully you
It's
trade.
fine. Yeah, we'll see. Gainsay, reprint. Counter target blue spell. Oh no. Sideboard. That's awesome. Me and a sideboard.
There's a cycle of there's like one of each in each color that target a green creature or a red creature or like a red land for peak eruption, which is confusing because it's not actually a color.
Yeah.
But the art for Gainsay is probably one of my favorites. He actually his mouth turns into gills.
Yeah.
It's
It's kinda
I
I didn't realize we have another reprint.
Griptide.
Back-to-back reprints.
Put target creature on top of its owner's library. This card was
Very
pretty
good
good in. It was okay in
Dark
Dark Ascension because it was amazing about 2-drops and it's just a very aggressive format.
Yeah.
But in Theros, it's gonna be a little bit slower.
I'm gonna like it.
And it's gonna be really good, and because you get to deal with the enchantment gods for another turn.
That also you can turn off the devotion if you don't want to target the god. You can target one of their creatures, turn their devotion off.
Because it turns into instant speed.
Yeah, I like it. Horizon Scholar, cost 6, a 4/4 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, scry 2. It's a 4/4 body for 6 that flies.
With blink, and it also has an ability.
I'm fine with it.
This is-
this one I'm okay with.
I like this one actually a lot more than most people should.
You really like scry a lot.
No, I like the fact it's a 6-mana 4/4 flyer.
Yeah, of course. It's a big body. It's not. It's no
It's
scary.
a
Also
above
no
average
scary.
size flyer.
Yeah,
Most flyers are like 3/3s at this mana cost.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have Lost in the Labyrinth, which actually could be a sideboard card in standard against aggro decks. Target creature gets -3/-0 until end of turn and scry.
It's
So
fine.
basically, they had to use the card from Ravnica that has Overload. I forgot what it's called, and they basically just gave it scry instead of Overload.
Downside, a downturn or down.
A downgrade. Downgrade. Yep, but it's the downsize. But it's okay. I like it.
Master of Waves, 2/1 for 4, Mythic, the Merfolk, protection from red, which could be relevant. Elemental creatures you control gets +1/+1, so it's technically a lord. It's not.
Now-
It's a Merfolk that doesn't give pumps to Merfolk, so. But when he enters the battlefield, put a number of 1/0 blue elemental tokens on the battlefield equal to the devotion to blue. Interesting flavor. I kind of like it.
Okay,
I'm not
so-
sure what decks are gonna play it though.
Young Pyromancer decks.
Oh, that's fair.
Because they can play Anger of Gods. And
Yeah,
this guy
but
won't die.
Yeah, but what blue are they going to use to make devotion to blue relevant?
Just more of these guys.
Hopefully, because I mean, Pyromancer.
You can
I love young Pyromancer.
the
I like
Pyromancer, this kind of Pyromancer Master of the Waves deck, cantrips, also can work with the spear, the blue spear, the Bident of Thesa.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because you have all these tokens, you just get to attack and draw cards every time one of them deals damage.
Yeah, I don't see him being a reason for him being mythic, but it's all good.
I think he's mythic just because you can make a crap ton of 2/1s. And he was also an anthem for elemental creatures that doesn't work with just his guys.
Yeah, that's fair.
And also, I don't understand why he makes a bunch of horses.
Yeah, no.
It's like, I got 1/0 horses that are blue and they don't even fly.
Right.
Okay, so Meletis Charlatan. Very interesting name. It's a 3-mana 2/3, so it's a okay body. And then the most interesting take on this ability I've ever seen. Pay 3 mana, tap, the controller of target instant or sorcery spell copies it. And then they could choose new targets for the copy.
Why would you want your opponent?
Exactly. This is the most interesting thing. It could be like,
EDH applications right there.
yeah, take an extra turn, like target player takes an extra turn.
Politics are gonna go crazy with that card.
That's about it. Like, here, I'll give you another cool to me then if you.
Yep. We have another blue reprint, Demonic Wall. 0/4 for 5. Comes into play, return target answer sorcery card from the graveyard back to your hand.
Why don't they have Into the Royal with this card?
I love functional reprints, and this is a great functional reprint.
Yeah, there's not a lot of instances sorceries to abuse this card in particular, but with all the scry abilities, that you get to buy them back and just look through them again. It's just another body. Now we have Nimbus Naiad, which I think is how you pronounce this one. It's 3-mana 2/2 flyer, so it's a good creature. Or Bestow for 5, which gives another creature +2/+2 flying.
It's a 2/2 for 3. It's a Windrake. That's really what it is.
Or it can just jump a guy.
I'll jump a guy, but most likely I'll probably be playing it as a 2/2 Windrake.
Well, it depends. Like, I need to kill them this turn. I'm gonna die. They have no flying creatures. I kill you with my monsters, dude.
Yeah.
I see this being really good in the blue-green decks.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
Omen's
Because
Speaker.
also, remember,
Sorry.
Bestow, it works with Flash.
That's fair.
So if you have that rare creature that gives all your
Yeah,
creatures
Boon's
Flash,
Yeah.
you can just bestow at the end of their turn and then attack them in the air and kill them.
That's true. That's fair. Alright, Omen Speaker. It's a 1/3 for 2. That when Aaron's battlefield, you scry 2.
This is the new Augur Bolus.
It's nowhere near Augureable.
No, it's not, but it's the new version of them.
I don't see many. I've got some people saying that's gonna never see play. I got some that say it might see play. I'm on the fence that it may see play if they're desperate, but I don't think it's gonna do anything.
This is,
Scry 2 once again. Scrying, it's not worth taking a card in the deck really to make it. I don't like it.
I like it. There's a reason why Preordained was banned in Modern.
Preordained was a 1-mana cantrip.
Well,
This was the
here's the thing.
cantrips.
No, it's because they got to scry 2 and then draw a card. They left in the Serum Visions because it draw a card then you scry 2.
I'm honestly surprised they didn't reprint Serum Vision since this set all scrying.
I wanted to see either Serum Visions or Preordained in this set. One of the two.
Preordained, no. I want to see it again.
That card, why? Because it was really good.
It was just too good. You know, it may not be good now, like it was whenever Jason and them were around. It's still just really solid cantrip.
Yep.
Real
Oh well.
quick.
Now we have Ordeal Thesa, which is the. This, by the way, this art looks amazing. 2 mana has the same ability, but when you sacrifice it, it draws a card. Draw 2 cards. Now, I forgot to mention this earlier, but if you have a way to sacrifice the enchantments without, like, there's a certain EDH deck I think that card that can do that. You just sacrifice an enchantment and counter and destroy an enchantment, I think, or something like that.
That's true.
This actually triggers with that because it doesn't say trigger it when they have 3 counters.
Right, it's anytime it's sacrificed.
Yep.
Okay. You got Prescient Chimera. There we go.
Yeah, that's it.
It's a 3/4 for 5 flyer. When you cast an instant sorcery, you scry 1.
Good.
3/4 flyer.
The good body that gives your value cards extra value. You're basically
Got it.
you're getting you're getting a large size meal instead of a meal, but
Yeah.
it's a win more. But it's still a decent body.
Decent body.
Now I have a couple people on the next card geek out because it gets hexproof. But essentially, you turn any card in your hand into a counterspell, but then you have to tap your creature.
I don't know. The Prognostic Sphinx is
It's good, but it's not like I don't think it's gonna see play.
it may see play like rotation once you lose like Aetherling and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
5 mana, I don't know about that.
I think the fact that it's flying is the only reason that's good, and also that when it attacks, not when it deals damage, you get to scry 3.
Now in limited, he's great.
Oh yeah,
In
because
limited,
because you can't deal with him.
yeah, he's gonna be he's
You know,
ruthless.
there's not a wrath effect. I don't, if I remember correctly.
Right.
They have Anger of the Gods, which is as close as you're getting, and you have to
Yeah.
have 2 of them.
That's true. That's true.
Okay.
All right. Sea God's Revenge costs 6. Return up to 3 creatures your opponent controls their owner's hand. Scry 1. Now there's your pseudo wrath effect right there. Bounce 3 other dudes. Scry. I
Now,
like it.
look at the art of that ship.
It's a crack. Yeah.
So, what does that remind you of? That's actually a throwback to one of the older sets.
I don't know.
If I remember correctly, that's actually a ship that was used by one of the planeswalkers, I think.
Really?
To travel, whenever he was searching for something. I forgot what it was, what the exact.
Fairy?
I think so. I think that's the exact ship he was using.
I don't know. I don't know about all that.
I don't remember the exact story, but that's what. If I remember correctly, that's what it is.
Okay.
Sealock Monster. Now, Sealock Monster. That's an interesting name, at least. 5 mana 5/5 that can't attack unless the defending player controls an island. seems bad, but then they added on the monstrosity clause to that, which you pay 7 mana, and it becomes monstrous, and target land becomes an island in addition to its other types. I wish this was a spreading speed ability instead of just because you pay 7 mana basically just to add 3 power and make.
You turn your guy to a shock or your land to a shock land, basically.
Yeah, I wish it was like spreading seas where it becomes an island and that's it.
Yeah, it seems okay.
Because I'm paying 7 mana for that ability.
Right. Shipbreaker Kraken, 6/6 for 6 with monstrosity.
This is the pre-release card for blue.
Sorry, it's for monstrosity 4 for 8. When it becomes monstrous, tap up to 4 creatures. Those creatures don't untap as long as you control this guy. This thing's pretty good. It's a 6/6 for 6 by itself, but when it becomes monstrous, you're tapping 4 creatures and keeping them locked out for a turn.
So he is on Titan's status because of his power and toughness, and the fact that he can become bigger and lock down 4 creatures.
Yeah, it's 10 power coming at you if you have no way to block them.
Yeah. And I'm very excited for that card. And also, we forgot to say that the Celestial Archon from the white is also the pre-release for white, because you actually get to play with your preview cards again.
No, I actually didn't know that.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Okay, Steamy Hope. This is a very, 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 very bad days.
Yeah, really bad days.
It's not because it's not free.
Ugh.
But
Yeah.
it's like it's not free, but you get to scry one. It's like I'd much rather have a free spell.
The next counter spell I'm interested about, Swan Song, cost 1. Cannot target instant, or enchantment, instant, or sorcery spell. Its controller gets a 2/2 bird. Now, I don't see this seeing a lot of play in standard, but I see this seeing a lot of play in legacy. A lot of those, you have like Teps, you've got Storm. A lot of those decks that revolve around having instant speed.
Okay, so why would you play this against Storm?
Because you got, remember, if you take away like their Cabal Ritual, if you take away, you counter the Cabal Ritual, you counter
Oh, that's right. Okay.
and you counter one of their mana sources, it prolongs what they're wanting to do, and you're giving them a body which basically going to do nothing in their deck because they're not attacking you anyway. So if you can interrupt them with the 1 mana counter spell, it can throw off their entire plan when they try to go off. Now, most of the time, if they have ad nauseum and they go crazy, it's insane. But this card counters ad nauseum, so it's a good card that can stunt the storm decks.
Yeah.
Since no misstep is banned for a reason.
Yeah. And I do like this. This card for flavor is pretty good. It reminds me of yeah, like if you remember the flavor text for Essence Scatter, it says some of the mages enter contest not for the winning, but for the fantastic failures.
How I ever read flavor text.
I do, and I like to I remember a lot of them. And the picture of Essence Scatter, if you guys don't remember, is just him like bursting into a bunch of birds and basically just transforming at it. That's what this reminds me of. And also, in standard, I can see this being in sideboard against like the gods.
Yeah.
I'd much rather have them have a 2/2 flyer than a 5/5 that can't. Speaking of gods, we have Thesa, god of the sea, who is, surprise, surprise, it's Poseidon. 3 mana, 5/5, indestructible, like all the gods are. Devotion is 5 or less. It's not a creature. Beginning of your upkeep, scry 1, and then target creature you control can't be blocked this turn for 2 mana.
It's actually not that powerful. I honestly thought when I first saw it, I was like, oh, free scry's turn. But thinking about it, your devotion of blue is not going to be very easy in blue in general, so unlimited is fine, but standard, I don't see, this is probably one of the worst for standard applications, because you don't really, your creatures, you don't care about being blocked anyway. You're not playing a lot of creatures. You're playing blue, like, you're supposed to be playing tokens, or one creature, which is Hazel Lake. By the way, they can't be blocked anyway, so scry 1 upkeep, I'm not a big fan of. Like, once again, scry 1, just, yeah, it's underwhelming. It doesn't impact the board like all this other stuff.
Well,
do.
they actually made, whenever they made the gods and the enchantments, like the artifacts that go along with them, they were made to work together. Like the Spear of Heliod and Heliod himself. You make dudes and then you get an Anthem. This one you get to draw cards if they deal damage to a player, and you get to make them unblockable. So it makes sense.
It makes sense, but like, it's just I'm not a big fan of the card. I mean, I'll target creature can't block turn. That's fine. I'll do that a couple times if I have to, but I most likely won't be playing this card.
And also the art's amazing. Like if you look at it, the her shadows are actually stars.
Oh, I love the star border. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. That's also another thing is that all the enchantments are star border.
Right, because they're all. Yeah, it's interesting. I like it.
Okay.
Thoracic Boundary.
There's no R in there. It's Thesa.
Right. That's true. This costs 6. You draw 3. Target player puts the top 3 cards of the library into a graveyard.
This is basically a slightly worse. It's a worse opportunity, but
it's a worse opportunity milling the cards. This set has no milling mechanics. So
actually there's actually a couple of them. I think there's 7 or 8 cards I think that mill.
That must be black or something.
And they're like all common, so there is a mill theme.
Doesn't seem that prevalent in this blue league.
Yeah. But I do like this card a lot because you always feel good when you get to draw 3 cards.
Yeah,
and then it's like, I'll draw 3 cards, just for the hell of it, I'm just gonna make you draw 3. How do you like that? And then we have Theros Emissary, which is the crab. It's a 3 mana, or a 4 mana 3/3, and when it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, and also the bestow mechanic.
I don't mind this card actually.
I don't either. It's a
3/3 for 4 that has the upside to draw a card.
What is it? Hill Giant, I think it's.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Hill Giant that draws you a card.
Yep. Triton Fortune Hunter, 2 for 3, heroic. When you cast a spell on targets, you draw a card.
I like this card a lot.
You make your target spells like a cantrip.
It's a Grey Ogre that has upside to all your spells. It turns all your spells into cantrips. So imagine if you played the Battleside Valid, the +2/+2 and Scry. You do that, you get the Scry, and then you get to draw a card. Actually, no, it targets it, so you draw a card, then you get to Scry. You get most of the Serum Visions if you do that.
Yeah.
So it's really, really good. I'm like very excited for this card. I can possibly see this in the Auras deck because it turns out And now we have more field badge for the Squire. We have the Triton Shore Thief.
This is Squire, another Squire.
It's a 1 mana 1/2 with no abilities.
Alright, Triton Sticks costs 1. It's an instant. Up to 2 target creatures each get +0/+3 until end of turn. Untap those creatures. At the end of the next turn, at the end of the next combat, tap each creature that was blocked by one of those creatures. This turn doesn't untap turns on controllers.
There's a lot of text for this spell.
I like this card actually. Yeah, sorry about all the mumble jumble, but I was like reading. I'm like, am I reading this right? This is actually a very good card.
Each one has this is also another 5-color set of. There's one for white, green, blue, black, and red.
Yeah.
This is one of the better ones because it turns all you guys into basically horn turtles.
Yeah, and then they can't untap them when they're blocked. It's pretty good.
It's the Wall of Frost ability.
Right. Yeah, it does the same thing as Wall of Frost.
Yeah. It also untaps your guys.
The problem is you have to have creatures in play. It's up to 2, so if you have 1, you can still activate it and at least get 1.
Yeah. So and if you can make it, I can actually see this one. Nah, never mind. I was about to say it can possibly see sideboard play, but it's like there's nothing.
Nah, I won't see play.
There's nothing.
It's limited.
Vapor Kin, 2 mana. It's another Welkin turn.
It's a Welkin turn! Yay!
That card saw play. It was pretty good.
Oh, I love Welkin turn.
Yeah.
Voyager's in. Cost 2. Return target creature on hand. Scry 1. It's a disperse with Scry. I'm fine with it.
I thought Disperse was permanent or non-land permanent.
Another creature permanent, but in this case it's disperse because you're just bouncing.
It's an unsummon. It's an unsummon with the extra cost for a Scry 1. I don't think.
Yeah.
I like it, but I don't think the Scry is worth the extra mana.
Reason why I call it disperse because usually when I disperse it's a mysterious creature anyway. Most of the time a creature has an enchantment on it, so you can make the enchantment fall off. So it has the same conversion cost of the card I usually already use it for. But if you're going to compare it to unsummon, which is true, adding 1 conversion cost to try once still is not worth it.
Yeah, that's what I said. Not worth it. Alright, so we have Wave Crash Triton. This is the last blue card set. Hero, when you cast a spell that targets it, tap target creature and opponent controls it, it doesn't untap until next end step.
Horn turtle with ability.
This is actually It's weird that they had a 3-mana 1/4 with an aggressive ability. It's
Yep.
and it's like just I wanted to, if it's a 3-mana 2/2, I'd be, or a 2/3, or like a 3/1. I'd be more excited for this one.
Too good.
Yeah, but it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, and I like how it's a 1/4 that can make tsunamis, apparently,
Yep.
because the art looks cooler than the actual power and toughness.
All right.
Okay, well that was the blue cards for the set, and we'll be back for the black cards.